Today really served as a reminder that sometimes it's not about the way that you feel, it's about the way that you can show up and perform. I just had the weirdest feeling all day. I don't know. I was feeling out of it, lack of motivation, lack of just interest in a lot of things, and I don't know. I think I've just had a lot on my plate the last couple of days, and a lot of things that I've been excited about, and just kind of the way that everything felt today was slightly off before I even got to the gym. And it took me about 3 hours to kind of get myself in a mindset where I felt like I could even go and be productive, because this is it's not like the most crucial workout ever, but triples can be kind of hit or miss, and it's a heavy enough weight that if you don't respect it, you can miss your reps and miss your sets and fall off your plan just by not paying attention. And I actually had a situation that was a little bit reflective of that. You saw that 595 triple. This is the 630 triple over my second set. I lost my focus a little bit, not on this set, but on the following. And I had 665 for a triple planned, and I told myself, okay, well, I'm going to just hit it. I don't think I gave it as much respect as I should have. I should have been able to get this for a triple easily and then hit a pretty solid fourth, even with how I was feeling, just because the bar was moving so well. And right there, you saw my right hand, I opened up and re-gripped. And then I went for a fourth when I really shouldn't, and right there, boom, straightened out my legs and decided not to even bother trying to grind it out. I'd rather, it was an extra rep. I either should have gotten it by not screwing up my form, pulling straight forward and straightening my legs, or I should have not gone for the rep at all so that I can go harder on the back off work. So I quit right there on the right above the knees. I wouldn't say that's a fail as far as, like, it's a miss. It's not a rep. But it wasn't a strength fail where I pulled it and I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be able to pull this. It was a conscious decision not to sacrifice the rest of my workout just to try to get a rep that I kind of dick myself out of in the first place. So I did a back off set right there with 635 for 5, which is one shy of what I hit last week, which was another one of those times where I did some extra unintentionally. So I'm still plenty ahead of the game right now. I'm not considering that a poor top set at all. I still hit the weight I needed, and I got a little bit of extra work and a nice little reminder that you still have to respect the weight even if you feel like it's going pretty well. Dropped down, finished out the volume I needed with that 605 triple right there, decided to call it there and save some for my squats on Saturday and my other pulls. I just needed to get to my benching. My friends Ed and Chris came by. I haven't seen them in probably a year and a half or 2 years, and so it was nice to get to talk to them. It definitely extended my rest periods on these bench sets, and I'm not mad about that. It was cool. We ended up staying and kind of hanging out in between sets, an environment I don't usually get to experience anymore with my solo training in the garage. But based off of last week, I actually brought this weight down, or I didn't bring it down. I kept it the same. I didn't raise my this is the ultra wide grip with my feet up, trying to pause the presses. And last week I did 285 for 4 sets of 5, and they felt awful. This time I did 285 for 4 sets of 5, and it felt like I needed more weight on the bar. And I'd rather have that be the case than overload it, trying to stay on a linear progression for these, this volume work that is less important. And find myself burning out. I was happy I was able to go index finger on the rings for all 4 of these sets, and then for my 4 lighter singles, my heavy lighter singles, I don't know. This is 330, and I put my wrist wraps on, put my shoes on the ground, and was able to work with this weight pretty well. I remember, I think it was 2 weeks ago that I was having a bit of an issue with weights in this range for this type of working sets, but I felt really comfortable with every single one today. My liftoffs were a lot better even than they were on Tuesday, and my control of the weight felt more consistent. Part of that, I'm sure, had to do with the extra rest periods that I was getting, but I think I'm also just adjusting back to this style of racks with the J hooks that push back a little bit. So my liftoffs were cleaner, and I felt just better with the weight in my hands. So this is the fourth single at 330. A little bit longer pause, and I still feel like it was one of my better presses. And then I put on 345, and yeah, just I feel like this moves pretty well. And considering how I felt going into this workout, it went much better than it had any reason to go. And I'm feeling pretty good moving on with the rest of the week. So here you'll notice that up there the deadlift assume max is lower. That's because last week I did 10 extra pounds plus an extra rep, and this week I stayed on and went for that extra rep and missed it. So I'm counting it as a half rep because in all seriousness, you know, without even being an egotistical individual about that, I really should have just had that rep, and it was more of a technical mistake than it was a strength thing. So the strength there, I just need to make sure I bring my A game to every single set. And lesson learned, relearned, you never are above the point where you can make mistakes. So it's a good thing to keep in mind. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like rating. It really does help me out a lot. Share it with your friends. Comment down below. Comments have been a little bit sparse lately. I think partly that has to do with the videos coming up at weird times and people not seeing them. Or, I don't know, maybe people just haven't had a lot to say. If that's the case, then sorry, and I hope you find something. If you didn't enjoy the video, go ahead and watch it again. Maybe you'll change your mind. Hopefully you will. And I will talk to you soon. Have a great night. Bye.